We're Caroline and Ian, a British couple who left work, sold the house, gave away their possessions and are now on a van life.
So come and join us as we travel all around Europe, as we search for the dream and find the nightmare on a wing and a prayer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Sunday morning and we're due to move again, and it's a really significant time in our travels. So you know that we've been at this for quite a while now, and this is actually the furthest that we've ever travelled. To get back home from here is 4,261 kilometres, but that's not how far we've travelled, because we've actually done a big circle, but that's how far we are away from Warrington.
So looking at the map of where we are, we're here in a place called Tarsus, which is where the Apostle Paul set off for his travels and where he lived. And if you come a little bit further over, you come to the border of Syria, and if you move down, you come to Lebanon, Damascus and Jerusalem. Now Jerusalem is 12 hours away. 12 hours to Jerusalem. I'll just pull this back out so you can see. So there's Jerusalem and we're here.
So we are absolutely torn, because we would love to go to Jerusalem, and knowing that we're literally probably 2 days drive away, 12 hours and we'll be in Jerusalem. The only trouble is, if I went, my mum would kill me.
The other thing as well is we're actually nearer to Dubai now than we are to England.
Yeah.
So when you start looking at these places, you think, by the heck. And we're exactly, or almost exactly, the same distance between Warrington and here, and from here to Mount Everest.
Yeah. So it's kind of really scary, because you could very easily just keep going.
But go over to China from here.
Could carry on to China.
Yeah.
But we've made promises, and we're faithful. And
so Tarsus is our turning point, as we celebrated last night. And we're starting now to move along the coast as we come through Turkey, and we're going to do a slow drive back in order so that we will be there by June.
the end of June for the MOT. All right, so thank you so much for travelling all this way with us, and for watching the vlogs, and for keeping us sane with your comments.
Well, it's not the end of the vlogs, we'll still do a vlog.
Of course we will, but you've brought us this far, and I just want to say thank you very much.
And what we'll try and do is not try and go to the same places, we'll try and do some other places as well, because we want to see some other places on the way back. So there will be interesting things as we make our way back towards England.
Good afternoon, it's Saturday and we're having a day in the town, and the town that we're having the day in is Tarsus. And so we're trying to follow the map. These are the things we'd like to see: the old Tarsus houses, St Paul's Well, an ancient road and the museum. And this is where we're off to now. We've just come into a baklava shop, and we've just bought some lovely pieces of baklava. So we've had a box of baklava, and it's cost £4, and I think there's 40 pieces in, and they've even offered us a cup of free tea to go with it. So happy days. One of the things that we particularly wanted to see in Tarsus was the St Paul's Museum. This was the place that Paul was born, and also the place where he started his journeys after his conversion. So this is the Museum of St Paul, and still today ceremonies take place here.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me, his grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me.
Here we are. This is Cleopatra's Gate, it's called, and it's where Mark Antony apparently rode a boat underneath this arch. So obviously there used to be some kind of a river or something that used to go along here, and met Cleopatra. Very romantic, one might say. Hurrah! Here comes your Mark Antony. Cleopatra, slow down.
I've got me ass.
Mountains and seas, all I need from you to me.
We've set off for our next park up, and Ian's been feeling for quite a while now that the clutch is going on the van, and what we've got now is even sometimes on the flat it's just whirring and whirring and whirring, but we're actually starting to smell things now. So Ian's concerned, he's not comfortable, so what we need now is some kind of a Fiat garage. It's Sunday afternoon, we're trying to make it to the next park up, and then we can decide what we're going to do. But we're just praying and praying that we can get there before the clutch actually burns out.
Here's my lover next to the Med. Ooh, thinking of going for a swim tomorrow. Well, okay for you, Mike? We'll see. Thinking about it and not thinking about it. And the van made it, and we are, try not to go too fast, over here. It's a harbour park up. So we're in the harbour, nice flat easy parking, no electrics, no water or anything like that. I think there's a WC or something, but that's about it. And we're going to see about getting the van fixed, because I don't think we're going to get much further, but it is quite a big place, so hopefully they might have somebody who can help. So we're going to pray about it tonight and see how we get on. The Lord likes to keep us on our toes, and I think Tom Hanks, when you left him, Here he is. There's Wilson. Wilson!
It's like Serbia all over again. So as you can hear, that's Ian's clutch. Well, it's my clutch as well. It's the clutch that's going, so we can't go over 40 miles an hour, and the engine's revving on its own without us trying to rev it. We've managed to find a dealer that hopes he can help us, but it's an hour's drive away. So off we go. How are you feeling, Mr. A?
Well, as long as we can keep going and we don't keep hitting traffic lights, I think we might be alright.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't say anything.
So we're praying and we're hoping that it's green lights all the way, because every time we have to start off again, that's when the main problem is. So here we are, off to get a new clutch.
Well, we are, I mean, the sky's blue and the weather's really nice. Well, this is kind of like the industrial estate that we've ended up on, and we're going to sleep the night. Hopefully it'll go quieter later, because it's where our van has finally parked up for the night, so that we can have a bit of a sleep, and they're going to have a go at fixing it in the morning. So they believe it to be the pressure pad on the clutch, and our hope is that their diagnostics is the same as what we think. Let's just pray that that is what it is. Well, Delilah looks interested. Whatever it is that you're eating, she wants some.
So we bought 2 of these for 50p, and not a clue what they were. We could see they were frying them and there was queues, people really desperate to get them. And what they seem to be is some kind of a crispy exterior that's been fried with honey on, and then inside, I know it sounds awful, but they are absolutely gorgeous. It's like rice pudding. Obviously not sloppy, but like a creamed rice pudding. So Ian does not like the description at all, so I'm going to have both of them.
Oh, Delilah might, if she keeps looking at you there. Look at it. She's saying, I think I'll have some of that. This could be a little bit of a splash, but it's not a wild swim, so don't get excited now. I think it's just going to be a little splash in the water, see how warm it is. See? You're in the mud. Oh, I'm in the mud. Facing Cyprus. Probably Cyprus is just over there somewhere, where that peninsula is. Round the corner and slightly off. As we move up, I'm sure that there's going to be a point when we're going to be able to see Cyprus just over the water. And if we go this way, that would be Israel over that side. So this is the town just round the corner from where the park up is. We're going to have to be staying on the industrial estate for the night while they fix the van. Hopefully fix the van. Oh, somebody's got wet bottom. Oh, that says it all.
The van went in this morning at 8:30, so hopefully it should be done today rather than having to hang around another day on the industrial estate. So we've come for a walk, we've climbed over a fence, we're in an institute, we don't know what kind of an institute, but we've climbed over a fence because it's got nice woodlands and picnic benches, so we thought, oh well, we can sit here for a couple of hours. We've brought things to do, we've got the dog with us. Unfortunately, as you can tell, it's starting to rain, so instead of this beautiful woodlands that we were planning on sitting in, we are going to sit in this abandoned building for possibly the next 4 hours, or until we get the phone call to say it's done. This is the luxuries of van life. So I'm going to get some sticks and brush a space, and then I'm going to get some logs to sit on. Ian thinks we can just sit up there, but then my legs would dangle and go dead. So I've checked that there's no mice in here, because you know what I'm like with rats and mice.
She's having us on. This is our new house that we're looking at.
It's not. So yeah, we'll let you know when we get the phone call and how long we're going to be staying in this luxurious apartment. So I've managed to clear an area with some twigs. I found a hessian sack for Delilah to lie on, and Ian and I have got that really comfortable stone that we can share between us, because there's no logs. They obviously take them all for fires. The rain is lashing it down now, so we just make ourselves comfortable. Oh, you might wonder why we haven't gone anywhere else. Well, the problem we've got is that when we walked down to the beach, there was tons and tons of stray dogs. We went yesterday without Delilah to find out where to go, and the problem with these dogs, they were completely off their heads. They were actually chasing cars to bite the tyres. So I think I'd rather be here
In our holiday chalet.
in our holiday chalet,
Yes.
rather than put Delilah at risk.
So here we are. We're still waiting for the van to be fixed. We've gone for a walk up into the town. We've come back, and we are going to have Turkish coffee. I asked for Nescafe, but we got good Turkish coffee, and just going to give it a go. Try. What do you think?
Very strong.
That was one of them.
Oh wow, that was such a long day. That
a
was
long day.
10 hours at the garage. I think the problem is it's 10 hours without anywhere to go, and we've been cold, we've been wet. It's just been an incredibly long day, and translation's been difficult as well. So we're back on the road again. We've got really good acceleration from the clutch. It's picking up nicely. It cost £233,
All inclusive.
all inclusive, and we're just running it to our next park up. It's a little bit juddery on the reverse, so we'll see how we get on anyway. But wow, that's been a long day. Are you feeling good, Mr. A?
I'm feeling marvellous, and the weather's cleared,
We now have blue skies instead of torrential rain.
and the Mediterranean looks like the Mediterranean should. Blue, sparkling and inviting.
I'll show you in a minute. And no heavy winds today.
This floor's got some weight with all that glass metal.
I don't know if you can appreciate just how steep, but you can hear the engine roaring. That's how hard poor Frankie's working with a new clutch.
Like that, it's downhill all the way now.
And over there is where we've come from. And we've got behind a very slow moving vehicle, and there is nothing at all that you can do but go in a low gear, hope for the best, and just keep going. So he's yeah.
And then you get another.
Okay, so
That was right, planning to set fire.
still climbing. They've now stopped putting the percentages of the gradients on, and I'm quite thankful really. I think we're getting to the top. This is how far we've come.
I think we're being followed by a petrol lorry.
So we're minutes ago. Still climbing. We've got over there to go, and then up that last one, which looks pretty high again.
Well, here's our next park up for the next day or two. As you can see, just in the background, unfortunately there are snowy hills, so I've got to be careful with that. But you can't beat that, can you? Hills at the back, sea at the front. Yeah, already parked up and put seats out. And Mrs. has found out that apparently there's a little swimming pool thing down here.
The best thing about travelling by far isn't the views, isn't the food, isn't the interesting locations. The best thing by far for me has got to be meeting the people and just sitting and having a chat. So I'd like to tell you the stories of two completely different people we've met this week. The first one was an absolutely beautiful young man, very gentle, very intelligent, very well spoken, with his girlfriend, and they were living in a Jeep that they'd obviously very hurriedly converted. And this guy was Russian, and he'd actually fled Russia, so he wasn't conscripted to go into the army. And on chatting to him, all he could say was, "I don't want to kill anybody." And it's hard in this day and age to actually believe that people can be made to do things that they don't want to do. So they'd hurriedly fled the country, leaving family, possessions, work, everything behind, just so that he could stay out of the army. Unfortunately, his girlfriend is actually going back to Russia so that she can get some money in order to come back out, and then they can live for a little longer in safety. And then at the other end of the scale, I've just met Alpes. Alpes is in his 70s, and again, a beautiful, gentle man, intelligently spoken. Alpes is living in a mobility scooter, a tiny little mobility scooter. He has a solar panel for a roof, and that allows him to get electricity. He has a sleeping bag that he lies, well, I don't really think he can even lie, he must sit in the back. And he's just shown me his prized possession, which is a 12-volt plug-in electric cup so he can make coffee. So I've just taken Alpes's hot chocolate for breakfast and had a little chat with him, and the guy is so happy. He's just got nothing, absolutely nothing, but he's smiling, he's happy, and he just wants to share. So it's lovely just meeting different people, hearing their stories, and realising how blessed we are and how much we have got.